Russ and Justin Fields. I mean, from what I see so far, Justin Fields, he's having a little trouble. But he's off and on. Russell Wilson seems to be the most consistent one. So
what's wrong with Justin Fields?
I don't know. Just they say he makes explosive plays, but he either makes explosive plays or he doesn't make the play. That's a problem with him. I don't know if I think it might be the accuracy issue. You know what I mean? He's a good running quarterback, but he's got to get the accuracy down. But again, he started his career in Chicago, and as most people know, most quarterbacks that go to Chicago, they don't last. Look at Mitch. We gave Mitch a chance. Now where's he at? He's back up to Josh Allen again. So, I mean, maybe Caleb Williams will pull it off. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, they got him a good wide receiver group there, but they didn't do it for Justin, so now he's with us. So, hopefully he pans out, But yeah, we'll talk about Russell Wilson first because, he's most likely going to be the starter for at least the beginning of the season. And Gag should know. He should know all about Russ Wilson. He spent 3 years in Colorado living there. So
that's true. I was a part of the Broncos country for 3 years of my life.
Yeah, so.
And guess what? Russell Wilson was amazing on that team. He did great every single time he played. What was the issue? The fucking coach. Can we talk about that fucker?
Sean Payton?
That motherfucker! Dude, he fucking put bounties out on fucking players. Why is he a head coach for somewhere?
That is true. He did do that.
And then guess what? He didn't like Russell Wilson. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Who cares? The fucking coach is an asshole.
Yeah, Sean Payton, whatever. He didn't want Russell Wilson. He wanted to make his own team. He's got Bo Nix now. I don't know how he is. Yeah, they drafted him this year in the first round. He was a quarterback out of Oregon. I believe he's the oldest one. They think that he might be the best one of the class to start right away because he's older. He has so much experience or whatever. I think he'll probably do all right there. Cortland Sutton, I don't think he wants to be there. He hasn't showed up to anything, I don't think, as of right now, I believe. I know there's rumors about the Steelers might get him, trade, but there's so many talks with the Steelers and trades for wide receivers. Justin Jefferson, Cortland Sutton. Who else was on that list? I think Antonio Brown might have listed himself to be traded there. Who the fuck knows who they're going to get? They might not get anybody. They have like 10 wide receivers, 12 wide receivers on the roster right now going into training camp. So who knows? Michael Thomas was one. Michael Thomas, he might give you a couple of good games in the beginning of the season, but the injury bug every year, so I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Bo Nix. They got rid of Jerry Jeudy, so...
Wait, where the fuck did he go?
He's in the AFC North, baby. He's with the Browns now, so... I don't know what's going to happen with Bo Nix.
Well, he didn't like Russ anyway, so he can go fuck himself.
But no, yeah, Russell Wilson, he's doing good, He's
riding, yes.
He's riding. So, I think he'll probably do good. I don't see him not doing good, but the problem is Russell Wilson, he's on a cheap deal, 1-year deal, but then you have Justin Fields, who, if we're looking long term, he's going to be the cheaper option. Russell Wilson's going to want a lot of money whenever I think it's this year. Yeah, I think it's only 1 year that he's going to get paid the league minimum, which helped us out. But do you want to play Russell Wilson the whole entire season and maybe pay him a bunch of money? I don't know, because I don't even know what our salary, like what we're going to be able to spend next year. Or do you want to, even if he's doing good, do you want to sit him? I don't know. That's a tough spot, because you got to see what Justin Fields looks like. You can't just play Russell Wilson, and even if he does amazing, and then sit Justin Fields the whole time if you're planning on making him the future of the team, the franchise quarterback. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. So, but I think Russell Wilson probably he'll do better than Denver. I mean, he is older, so I don't think he'll ever go back to the Seattle Russ, young Russ. That was a good team anyway. So, I mean, you're taking a chance regardless of what you do. I mean, Justin Fields, I think, in my opinion, is going to have to play at some point in the season. So, I think that they're going to end up leaning more towards probably paying him because he's going to be the cheaper option. So, and I don't think we're going to be able to afford Russ unless we find a way to come up with some money by cutting players or trading players, whatever. So, but what's your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think, Gag? What do you think is going to happen with Russ? You think he's going to stay with the Steelers at the end of this year, or do you think he's gone? You think he's going to find a new home somewhere else?
Here's what I think Russell Wilson should do, okay? He should play this season out at the Steelers, fucking train Justin Fields or whatever the fuck they do, right? Maybe Justin Fields can be the future of Pittsburgh, okay? Then what he needs to do is he needs to fucking leave the NFL, go to with his $100 million that somehow he got from that deal with like Denver/Seattle, whatever. And he needs to go to his mansion where he has fucking 50 toilets in it, okay? And he can fucking live out the rest of his life there, make Subway commercials or whatever the fuck else he does, and then he gets out of the league. Look, I mean, let the young buds fucking bloom here, okay? He's fucking old, get him out, okay? Well, he has enough money, just retire.
Oh, yeah, but the issue with that is, I personally think that he had a Hall of Fame career. I mean, barely. You know what I mean? Barely.
Yeah.
But I think that him being in Denver might have caused his odds to go down a little bit because of how he played there. I mean, he played good the second half of the season, before he got benched by Sean Payton, but he was playing good. Everybody was wondering why the hell they were doing it. So, but, Sean Payton, we already went over it. He's an asshole. So, didn't want to give Russ a fair shake. So, but I don't know. It just depends. I mean, will he do good enough this year to maybe get a chance for another team? Who knows? I mean, he's pretty much playing, in my opinion, to possibly get put into the Hall of Fame. I don't know, though. He has a ring already. I think he did enough, but there's a lot of people that don't. So, we'll have to see what happens at the end of the season. That's a long ways away. So
yeah, look, I admit that he was really good for Seattle. He did amazing. That's why it was really wild to see that first game he came back as a Bronco and he was in Seattle and they were all fucking booing him. That's nuts that people booed him when he came back as a Bronco. He did so much for that team. Maybe he fell off, whatever. But dude, I don't know. Is he going to be good for the Steelers? I think he will be. I mean, it's better than Pickett, but the issue is I think the Steelers desperately need a very young quarterback who they can make their, franchise QB for the next however long years. They did it with Ben. I mean, did they draft him as a rookie?
Oh yeah. He was with the Steelers his whole career.
Yeah, that's what they need. And Justin Fields probably could be it. He's not a horrible quarterback. I mean, he's probably not the greatest, but again, he's better than what we had for Pickett or Trubisky or whatever. But Russ is I think he still will do well. I just don't know if he's necessarily the future of the Steelers. It'd be cool if he was. He could come to, the Steelers and maybe it was just the higher ups at the Broncos that really held him back. I don't know, but from what we saw with the Broncos, I really don't know if he's gonna be what the Steelers maybe want or need. And then I don't know. It's just tough to say with Russ because he's a very good quarterback. I would never say that he isn't, but these days, I don't know. I just don't know. He's like a coin toss. I really don't know.
Well, I mean, what is it? I don't know. I think he'll do good. I think he'll do good enough to get another contract from a different team. Maybe kind of almost not as good as Kirk Cousins' contract. I don't know. Kirk Cousins, in my opinion, slept on. But he his agent, whoever it is, gets him good deals all the time. I don't think he'll get a deal that good. I think he'll be a bridge quarterback. I think he might get like 2 years, maybe at most 3-year deal with another team. Because again, you're still, even if he does good this year, you're still taking a chance on him if you're another team. Because there's always that what if he comes here and he plays like he did in Denver? What if he does good in Pittsburgh and then he gets a good contract and then he shits the bed at that team or whatever? So I still think he'll get a decent deal. I can't remember what Baker Mayfield's deal was, but maybe something similar to him, and they might use him as like a bridge quarterback for they might draft a guy, maybe not the first year that he's there. Say they give him like a 2-year deal. Maybe they don't draft a quarterback that year. Maybe they play it out, and then, hey, if he does shit, then hey, you got probably a top 10 pick that draft. You can go get a quarterback, first 10 picks. Now, I mean, they obviously want him to do good, but even if he does good, they could go get, a quarterback in the first round, depending on how the draft class is, and then they could have that quarterback sit behind Russ the second year he's at that new team and kind of just absorb all that information that Russ has and maybe give him a start later on in the season. Who knows? But I think that's what will happen with Russ. I think he'll do average. I think he'll probably be in that 15, 20 rank mark, I believe. And then he'll get a all right deal. I mean, shit, he's already made his money. He already won a Super Bowl. He doesn't need money. He doesn't need a ring. He just wants to play. Might be playing for a Hall of Fame spot. Who knows? But I think he'll get a decent deal after the Steelers, and I think they'll use him maybe for 2 years, 3 years at most. I think they'll use him as a bridge quarterback. That's what I think will happen with him now. Now, Justin Fields, on the other hand, he's playing for something too. He had, I think 3 years with Chicago. And I wouldn't say it's his fault, maybe a little bit of it, but the kid, he can make explosive plays. He is a very good athlete. Even, they were talking about it in an article. They said that he looks like the most explosive player on the team when he's on the field, but the thing is like the inconsistencies. That's his problem, But he's playing for something too, because all people know him for is that shit record. The shit record he has, the losing record he has playing for Chicago. So this could be either, I don't think he'll get kicked out of the league, but this might be the last year he has approved that he could be a starter in the league. He might, if he doesn't do good here, the Steelers might keep him, but they might keep him as a backup. Or if he does go somewhere else, he might be a backup, like how Mitch was. Mitch left Chicago, and he was a backup. So, I mean, he has a lot riding on this season too. So, I mean, they both have something to prove. So, hopefully they both get whatever they want out of it, But probably won't happen. One of them's probably going to be upset at the end of the season. So, but I think that Justin Fields is a good quarterback. Well, I wouldn't say good, okay? I'd say he's decent. So, I don't think he's like a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen or something like that, or like a Lamar Jackson, but I think he could probably be like a top 15 quarterback, maybe touching top 10, doubt it, but I think he's good enough that he can win you games if you have the right players around him. He gets you playoffs, and then who knows, if you have a good defense, maybe a good fucking wide receiver core, he might win you a Super Bowl. Who knows? That's the thing with Justin Fields. Nobody knows. So, but what do you think? What's your thoughts on Justin? You think that he's going to end up taking the starting spot from Russell Wilson, or you think they're going to let him ride out the whole season?
I think the Steelers are in a very unique position where I truly believe they have two very they have two good quarterbacks, and I think maybe both of them could be used in different ways. And you kind of see it with New Orleans here. Like, sometimes the Saints will go out and bring, what's that guy, the tight end on fantasy? What's that guy's name? They bring out the real QB.
Talking about Rob Gronkowski, the tight end. What are you talking about?
No. Okay, for the Saints. Okay, on the Saints, there's the normal QB. Okay, he comes out, he does his real shit. Okay, and then they sometimes bring out the fucking guy that's listed as a tight end. and he'll fucking be the core QB for a few plays or whatever, okay? Obviously, I don't think the Steelers are going to do that. But what I think they could do is they could be, I don't know, dynamic with their offense. Because, look, Justin Fields isn't horrible. Russell Wilson isn't horrible. They are both improvements from what the Steelers have had for the past 2 years now. Okay, they're 100% improvements, or maybe the past year, I should say. I don't know. I forget. But anyway, they have talent. They could do things. They can make their offense very dynamic. And, I mean, they have one of the best defenses in the league. So even if they have trial and error on their offense, like, they're probably still going to be winning games. So I think, I think Justin Fields should have a future at the Steelers. Let's just say that Russell Wilson, he plays every single game for the entire season. They don't utilize Justin Fields. I hope that at least if Russell Wilson gets, cut from the Steelers after this year or whatever, that Justin Fields has a chance, because Justin Fields might actually be what the Steelers need from a quarterback. Again, the Steelers are mostly focused on defense. So even if their QB isn't the greatest, I mean, look, like, Ben was a fantastic quarterback when he was younger. As he aged, maybe he slowed down more or whatever. But at the end of the day, they didn't need Ben to be Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady. They just needed Ben to be Ben. They could just use Justin Fields in that same capacity. As long as Justin Fields is Justin Fields, they don't need a Patrick Mahomes or some really good quarterback. They just need a quarterback that can perform the way they need to, so that their defense and their offense as a whole can take them places. Where, like, Kansas City has a decent defense, but I would say it's not as good as Steelers. I mean, look, like, the Steelers are dynamic, mostly focused on defense. They don't need a great quarterback. Justin Fields might be what they should have. I think I like Justin Fields more than Russell Wilson at this moment. I just know that they're going to utilize Russell Wilson. So, that's my take. I think Justin Fields is what the Steelers should strive for, but, I mean, who's to say, because, I mean, we don't know how they're going to use them. Hopefully in tandem, but they might only use Russell Wilson.
Yeah. By the way, I know who you're talking about now. You're talking about Taysom Hill. Okay.
Yes,
I was
Taysom
confused.
Hill.
But I do think, I agree with you. I think that, because they did say that they're going to have some packages for Justin Fields. I think that they might utilize him, like, not as much as the Saints use Taysom Hill, because Taysom Hill's a big dude. And obviously, listen, I don't hate Taysom Hill. I think he's a very dynamic guy. I think you could put him in a bunch of different spots, but, like, the dude's probably not going to be your starting quarterback ever. He's not, you're not looking to start him. Where Justin Fields, you might start him. So you don't want to be putting him in nearly as much as the Saints use Taysom Hill, because you're risking injury. So I think that they'll do it a couple times. Maybe not every game, but they might do it every so often, try to trick the defenses or whatever. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, still kind of early, so in the off season, so we'll see. But yeah. And again, if anybody watches, let us know what you think. You think that Russell's going to start the whole season, or you think that Justin Fields is going to end up taking over? Or maybe Russell Wilson doesn't start at all. Maybe Justin Fields blows the team away. Maybe he blows them away in training camp. So maybe they start him. Who knows? Let us know what you think.